It's about that time. You're rocking with your boy Damo Unleashed and Sky Black on the Nashville Caveman podcast. Stay tuned.
Hey, what you got in that bag? Just know that I'm up. Just know that I'm up. I gotta turn up this function, like I'm in the Lotus and punch it. All I'm gonna ask is stay in your lane, and you won't be food for my luncheon. I'm coming up out of the dungeon, cooking up plans to make something from nothing. And since I secured the bag, it's time to do math, so I'ma keep hustling. I thought I had lost my way or something. I am not feeling what they say is busting. They keep us trapping this way, disgusting. If you so happen to catch me flexing, I could be killing the stressful day by learning how to install some chromic crystals on the Escalade. Matching the arm that's on my sternum. I am for the sake of the people. Grabbing my Glock and pray to the Lord, cause not everybody tryna be peaceful. I still hope we set the stage for showing them how it's supposed to be, so those that's close to me won't have to ask, hey, what you got in that bag? Hey, just know that I'm up. Just know that I'm up. Hey, what you got in that bag? Just know that I'm up. Just know that I'm up. Hey, what you got in that bag? Let me explain what I'm talking about. Had a joint called down about it. Letting these loud mouths know how to move without sound. Best if we don't even shout out. Midwest, east, west, down south, till we get even or even above. Till then we gon' opt out and educate on the backside. Folk that I act right and they won't backslide. Just put it together no matter the weather, my brother. So hey, if you dealing with vices in you and it's cutting you up like against you, put it on chill for real, or they gon' just use it against you. What you got in that bag? Quiet water.
What's going on, y'all, man? Welcome to the Nashville Caveman podcast, man. I am one half of your host, Damo Unleashed. Welcome to Tuesday, man. We like to say Taco Tuesday. But right now, I'm going to take out this time and roll out the red carpet for a good friend of mine that is like a brother. So, the floor is now yours.
Man, how's everybody doing? First of all, we have to say thank God for waking us up today on this Tuesday. There's a lot of people that didn't wake up today. There might be some people who won't wake up tomorrow, but we're going to enjoy today because today is the day God has made for us and we will rejoice. Got to give a shout out to the Denver Broncos for being the number one team in the AFC and for being the number one team in the AFC West for now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to count my blessings as we move on. This Saturday coming up in Corning, Arkansas, ICW. Anybody in the Arkansas area, don't forget, show up, be there. Tonight, the D-Bling radio show, we have new music from Dr. Carver and Jay Dynasty. So listen in tonight. That's offtopradio.com. That is offtopradio.com. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. the D-Bling radio show with the replay from 9 p.m. to 11. Don't forget on Thursdays, Elite One Radio, same thing, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with the replay from 9 p.m. to 11. So last Saturday, ICW Huntington, I was teaming up with a guy that I despise, Damo. I don't even like this guy. They forced us to team up. And for the very first time, he gets to team up with me because I'm already a champion, right? I'm already the High Mania champion. I'm already the RCW World Heavyweight champion. They throw us in a match for the tag titles, and you know what happened, right?
Don't tell me y'all lost. Did y'all win? I know y'all won. No, because you're a champion, man. I know y'all got them belts. Oh, look at that go. Boy. That's a nice belt, too.
So Damo, not only am I the RCW World Heavyweight Champion, the Higher Mania Heavyweight Champion, now I am the ICW World Tag Team Champions. So when I tell you that the Nashville Caveman, we are champions, that's what we are. This is why you should watch this show, just because of it. My other belt is behind me. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. If I can move my big ass out. Can you see it? Okay, that's the other belt. And then here's this one.
Man, so, you got more word than the San Francisco 49er.
Yeah. So I want to thank everybody who was there. And the Ice Reapers do get a rematch this Saturday in Arkansas. So we're gonna count our blessings because again, I don't like T-Dog. T-Dog don't like me. How we came along. Well, basically, I did all the work anyway. He was just riding my coattails. But this, I just want to thank everybody. This makes like 13 championships in 7 years. So I won 13 belts in 7 years. And this is the second time in my life that I have had multiple belts from multiple companies at the same time holding multiple belts in one company. Now that's simultaneously, Damo. That's the same time. So this is the second time.
You had to get yourself, man. You got too much going. You had to get yourself.
It happened in 2022, and now it's happening in 2025. So thank you everybody who showed up and came. So yeah. So that's what's going on. So tonight, the D Blink Radio Show will be the night of champions. I hope everybody tunes in. And remember, if you're an artist and you need radio playing, send it to me at sky.black@gmail.com. That is sky.black@gmail.com. And let's keep it moving. To Big Boss. He's got new music out and he has a new video out. So hopefully, Boss Man, if you see this, you will send me some music.
Speaking of new music, man, we got a new video by Miss J Dynasty and B-Tip. So we got new music that we're playing today. We got a lot to cover, y'all. Sky, I know you was tripping out when you saw that drunk raccoon in that liquor store. That raccoon was thrilled. I was like, he living his best life.
He living his best life.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. I know you sent me another story where we had another situation where 3 dudes was trying to attempt robbery. They're trying to attempt to break into a woman's house.
That's correct.
And she shot through and knocked all of them down. They gone. And the family mad. The family's mad.
The family's mad.
For $2 million. I'm like, and what the woman said, it's not often that I get heated, but man, I got heated watching that video.
I did too, man.
Also, we're going to be talking about there are women in this country where the women outnumber the men by 15, almost 16%, and they are hiring husbands. They are hiring husbands per hour. We're going to talk about how also this woman in her 30s got regrets because she got pregnant by a 67-year-old man. And last but not least, y'all all know the name, Derek Chauvin. Well, Derek has filed for a new trial. So, we're going to talk about that. But y'all know how we do. Before we get this show started, we love playing indie artists. So, that's what we're going to go ahead and jump into. When we come right back, we'll jump into some of these topics. Also, man, say a prayer to the people in Japan. I just saw where they had an earthquake. That was 7.6.
Good Lord.
So pray that they don't have no tsunamis, man, because it's not just the earthquake you worry about, it's them tsunamis that may come through.
Did you say 11.6?
No, 7.
Oh, 7.6.
11, they wouldn't probably even be here.
Yeah. Yeah, my prayers and thoughts go out to them.
Yeah, so send prayers to those folks. Before we go ahead and get into this music, if y'all could do me a favor. If y'all, because I'm going to play
what's up, brother? Rod D, what's going on?
On YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Sky, which ones are you on right now?
I am on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
All right, so if you watch it from any of Sky's pages, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, any of my pages, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Bigo. So all my people watching on Bigo, if y'all can share the live also. All right, man, we're going to go ahead and get into this music, and then when we get right back, we're going to jump right into these crazy topics. Y'all are watching the Nashville Caveman podcast with myself and Sky, a champion, double, triple champion.
Thank
Sky
you.
Black.
Dream secrets outside again. need your love. I just gotta have your Every night I have you on my mind. Think about the last time we stayed up all night. I need your affection, baby. Oh, I need your attention, baby. 'Cause I'm addicted to your touch. I'm so addicted. I can't get enough. I'm so addicted to your love. I can't get enough. You say you love me, so show me how much you love me, like a wedding vow. I need your love. 'Cause I'm addicted to your touch. I'm so addicted. I can't get enough. I'm so addicted to your love. I can't get enough. 'Cause I'm addicted to your touch. I'm so addicted. I can't get enough. I'm so addicted to your love. I can't get enough. I just gotta have your I'm so addicted to your love. I can't get enough.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it. Why you acting like that? You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be down with me. The thing to do is be down with BT. You know what I'm saying? You hear Barney rapping on the remix? You tripping. Let me tell him.
Tell me who you with. The team with the hits, beat tipping the mix. Nothing less than lit. Rev up, pitch the ball. Another home run. Cali day, basking in the sun. Dodger games, a whole lot of fun. You already knew this one of the one. Once again, ball out, continue the streak. Played the game fair, no need to cheat. By the way, for the record, I created this beat. For surely this one will get you out of your seat. Spins on DJs and techniques. Looking to the crowd, I see a few freaks. After the show comes the meet and greet. Hopped in her Benz, or was it a Jeep? Ride to my music, they got all geeked. Forgot my phone, please don't let it leak. Thing to do is get dope like you should. Dubs, Grants, you know, C-notes. Thing to do is ride with B-tip. Bump, glide, you know, dear. Thing to do is get dope like you should. Dubs, Grants, you know, C-notes. Thing to do is ride with B-tip. Bump, glide, you know, dear. I know that it's some truth obtain bigger and better things. Many talents, so in a few lanes. Head of the biz, there's no short change. Ladies in music, only thing I'm, point to the sky is where I aim. Hating on that, you should be ashamed. History made in the morning with sway. I own the master, so the money comes faster. Truth hurts is why they mad at you. Got an agent that seals the deal. Money clips filled with them no bills. Documentaries, TV, oh yeah, that's me. Music's first, these hits I disperse. Classic spit each and every verse. Thing to do is get dope like you should. Dubs, scratch, you know, signals. Thing to do is ride with B-tip. Glide, you know, deal. Thing to do is get dope like you should. Dubs, scratch, you know, signals. Thing to do is ride with B-tip. Glide, you know, deal.
Man, we had your first song was Addicted by Miss J Dynasty, and the second song was Thing to Do by B-Tip featuring Barney Rubble, all right? So shout out to those, love both of those videos. We back, man, we got getting to these stories. I think the first one I want to talk about, I think this was funny, man. Just start to show off life. We drunk raccoon. This raccoon went in this store, man, and he lived most Americans' dream. You got to go into a liquor store, and he probably had a little bit of everything. I didn't take him all the way out. It looked like he went through a lot of bottles. Without further ado, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you this story because, man, when I seen this raccoon, it reminded me of an experience that I had a long time ago. Now, I'm only going to tell y'all this story once. So, if you don't hear time, you ain't going to hear. All right? But without further ado, let's play this drunk raccoon and see what's going on with him. You know, it's probably some raccoon getting on his nerves.
Officials say a raccoon got into the Ashland, Virginia ABC through the ceiling. We're told it knocked down bottle after bottle, had a drink, or two, or three, and then passed out. Yeah, in here. An officer with Hanover County Protection and Shelter apprehended the suspect Saturday morning, letting it take a little nap at the shelter before releasing the little guy, maybe with a bit of a headache, but otherwise unharmed.
It sounds like this raccoon felt the way a lot of us felt early last weekend after all those Thanksgiving festivities.
That's a possibility.
Chief Jeffrey Parker had his team post about the Black Friday break-in on Facebook, leading to an unexpectedly enormous response, including, somebody get this raccoon a sponsor. If I get reincarnated, there will be signs. And are we sure it was a he? Sounds like a mama who has had enough.
You can't make this stuff up. It happens, and people just don't realize it. And I actually gave my officer a high five. I was like, fantastic. I wish we had little handcuffs to put on him, you know.
Man, you know what? That wasn't no mama, what you call it. That was a dude. I know some female that got on his goddamn nerves. Matter of fact, either that or I'm going to tell you what it could have been, Sky. Because they said it was around Thanksgiving. It could have been a family member. The family would do that to you too, man. He probably had that uncle or that cousin he ain't seen in a long time that he thought he moved away from, took all his little, you know, his little snacks and stuff and went to a whole other tree, and then he like, oh, I got to deal with this bastard again. So it may have been a family member of his. I can see that, you know. Go ahead, what you gonna say?
Oh, no, you know how they say the closest things to us humans, like monkeys and apes and things like that. I don't always believe that now. I think every animal now with this situation gets stressed by, like you said, its family members, its environment, its surroundings, its cousins, its mate, hell, its children. So did it know that it was in a liquor store? Or was it just there and it happened to fall through, and as it fell, it busted all these damn bottles and stuff? Because for it to fall, hit these bottles and break it, it didn't have no cuts, no abrasions, no lacerations, no nothing. Then it had common sense to understand, well, hell, this is good. And I'm not going to drink one, I'm going to drink two, I'm going to drink this, I'm going to drink that. And had the common sense not to pee, poop, or throw up in the hallway, in the aisle, to go to the bathroom and pass out like any other human. So that's what gets me.
You know what? And
Because most humans would just throw up right there. I've seen people just throw up right there. But that raccoon had the decency to go to the men's bathroom and pass out right there.
I'm going to tell you, man, I can relate to that raccoon. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you the story one time, and it's the last time y'all going to hear this story. Well, when I turned 21, man, my dad's brother, because my dad only got a brother and a sister. His sister had passed. Me and his brother was really close, right? And God rest his soul, man, one of my favorite uncles. I'm talking about on both sides of the family. Well, for my 21st birthday, he took me out to this bar that he used to, man, be on. You know, he used to be, I ain't gonna say one of the bartenders, but he was on one of their, like kind of like a commission, right? Or what do you want to call them? When they have like, you got the owner and then you got the people, the bartenders, you got the people that's, you know, come up with different events. So basically, he was a part of that. So I went with him and I'm thinking, you know, I'm fly. You know how I'm fly at 21. You know, pinstripe, you know, my little hat, my pants. This is when I was like $1.5. Man, I'm going up in these clubs and I'm drinking with. When you go to one of these clubs, Sky, and it's your birthday, everybody want to drink with you when you up in the older club. Because you 21. Be like, yeah, man, let me have a drink with y'all fellas. So I'm trying to hang with these old heads. And I'm like, man, I want everything straight. I ain't getting nothing on the rocks. Raw and clear. 2, I remember taking a photo. That's it. That's the last thing I remember from that club. We went to another club, and you know, like I'm having an outer body experience. Like I'm there. The bartender went bam, and I didn't budge, I didn't flinch, I ain't do nothing. And he was like, "Hey man, you need to get your nephew gone. He here, but he ain't here." So you know, my uncle, man, he, you know, chopped it up with a couple people that he knew there. And then, you know, of course, he ain't gonna go home. He like, no, man, you know, we got some more places to go. So the next place we go is a strip club. Right? First time ever going to a strip club, somebody handed me a 24-pack. They was trying to hand me the 24-pack of beer, and I'm so gone, but I was aware enough to be like, nah, I can't drink no more. Right? I only remember half of the lap dance. I'm going home and I'm apologizing. You know, well, actually, I vomited all up. I dialed up early. Threw up all in my uncle's car, right? And I'm talking about, man, it was one of them, sprayed the whole joint up. Apologizing all the way to his house. Half passed out, half not. Get to the house. You know, I go in the bathroom. And then I'm out. I'm out like that raccoon. My little cousin was like, "Hey, Dad, man, Damo down here, he passed out in the bathroom." I'm laid out in the bathroom, butt ass naked, wrapped around the toilet, man. You know what I'm saying? And the next day, I had to clean the vomit from his car, which was sucked. I had a headache. Man, that was one of the worst, best 21st birthdays. You know, the parts that I can remember is good, but it was one of the best, worst 21st birthdays I could ever have. So I can relate to that raccoon. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all that caught this story, this is the last time y'all gonna hear the story. I ain't gonna say it again, but I can relate to that damn raccoon.
Lesson learned, right?
Lesson learned. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What do you think the biggest lesson I learned?
Don't overdo when you turn 22, not to drink like you did when you turn 21.
Do not try to hang with professional drinkers. Because that's a war you gonna lose every time. Them dudes got iron cast, livers, and kidneys. When they go out, they go out. You know what I'm saying? But they drink like fish. And them dudes, like, they drink so much that they ain't even drunk no more. Their body has become immune to it.
That's crazy.
I know. And I said, I will never again. The lesson number 2 I learned is if you drinking clear, you stay drinking clear.
I heard that.
If you drinking brown, you stay drinking
I have
brown.
heard that, yes.
If you drinking beer, you stay drinking beer. What you don't do is you don't mix them. You know what I'm saying? Because that when you mix them, you know what they call
The
that?
Boilermaker?
White boy wasted. Because that's what my Caucasian brothers do. You know what I'm saying? They just drink anything that's available. They don't care what it is. And then they just, wake up the next day and then grandma's bra, you know what I'm saying? Hanging out of laying on a damn bike outside on the air mat. That's what the whole dude wearing my car is. You don't want to get white boy wasted. You know what I'm saying? If you whatever you drink, you stick with that. There's some rules I learned to drinking that night. And I was glad I learned them at 21. And good thing I was under the covering of my uncle. Because that's how a lot of people get robbed. The fastest way to get robbed is to be so drunk where you just blinking in and out.
That is true. That is true. Well, shout out to them old folks that you was drinking with. I mean, good Lord, they can put them down like that. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not bad.
Man.
So a Boilermaker is when you mix beer and alcohol together. Have you ever done that?
Man, I got stories. I got stories. Let me tell you, when I got down here, man, 2 dudes that was roommates, you know what I'm saying, linked up with them, and it was one of them's birthday. So we over there drinking beer, and then every couple beers we taking shots of VSOP. And we did that for about a good 3-4 hours, right? Man, when I got home, I opened the door, went right to the bathroom, called them, right? The next day, I had to work. But it wasn't just the fact that I had to work the next morning, because I didn't get home until midnight. And it was only like, their apartment was right around the corner from mine. I had to be at work at 6. So it wasn't just that I had to go to work though that was bad. It's that the place I worked, they made gas tanks out of plastic molds for boats. So the plastic was melted. That means that this factory that I worked in was surrounded by ovens. So if this was like in the summer, in August. So say for example, Sky, it was 95 degrees outside. Indoors, it was 125, 130. So I'm working around them temperatures, 125, 130 degrees for 8 hours. You want to talk about time going slow? Time never went so slow in this life, man. Oh my God, and that was mixing both of them, beer and liquor. And I said, never doing that.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. See, the things we learn when we're younger. See, hey, because if you tried that today, you might be in the hospital. But you was young enough to try it and say, okay, this does not work for me. I get it.
A hard head, man.
Every time. Every time.
You know what I'm saying? One thing, and shout out to my grandmother, one thing she did with us, she was like, I need y'all to learn y'all limit. After them situations, she was like, I need y'all to learn y'all limit. So when y'all go out here, y'all still of sound mind. Right? And y'all can handle yourself. Because I've seen situations where people been taken advantage of because they so inebriated, they don't have any control over their mobility or even their thinking. And they've been taken advantage of. So.
Yep. I've heard about situations like that too. And you gotta be careful.
I've seen situations. And, woo,
You got to be careful what you drink, what you put in your body, pills, alcohol, food. Yeah.
man, dude. And they got some stuff out here, man, that, have you robbing yourself. There's a drug, I think it's down in Colombia or Venezuela, that it'll have you robbing yourself. All you need, it's like the dust of it. It come from this flower, and the dust of it, I have you so gone where you basically hypnotized. That means the other person can get you they can be like, empty out your bank account. You go do it. And then come to and be like, well, what happened to my bank account? Why is my apartment empty? And and they'd be like, yeah, you was moving your stuff out last night. Yeah. So, yeah, you be careful when you out here.
That is true. That is true. Jesus, I didn't know about that. Good Lord.
Hell yeah. So, yeah, man. So, shout out to the raccoon. They actually named the drink after him. But you knew that was coming. You knew that wasn't going to be long, but they named the drink after him.
Yep. This is how, and they released it unharmed. So there you go.
And you know the mess up part, they ain't gonna give them no residual from it. Dirty bastards. Get that man, pay that raccoon.
Absolutely.
Every now and then.
Because that's probably why he's there in the first place.
Man, I'm quite sure he probably took some stuff with him. Like, oh, I gotta go back to this crazy woman of mine. Crazy ass kids.
Oh, Lord. Everybody has issues.
Speaking of, man, ladies, in some countries, man, it's getting real desperate for some of y'all. You got these women out in this country that's hiring husbands. Without further ado, let's go ahead and listen to this crazy ass story. We see
Latvia is running out of men, and women have to hire men for household chores. In Latvia, there is a shortage of men. There are 15.5% more women than men, and over 65 there are twice as many women. Thanks to this multitude of men, a new business has been created here, in which these women hire husbands by the hour. This business, nicknamed Rent My Handy Husband, women hire men for housework, for plumbing work, carpentry repairs, smart, any type of maintenance needed in a home, even hire them to place mirrors or even televisions. According to the testimony of a man in this place named James, 42 years old, charges $44 per hour and about $280 for the entire day. Had a full agenda for the whole month of November. Even had to turn down jobs. But what do you think? I am sure that more than one is thinking of moving to Latvia.
Man, 280. Well, that's a good amount. It depends, man. I don't know. You gotta pay. I don't know if that. I still take 280. I might have to double that. Some of these women, boy, woo. 280 ain't enough.
Well, you know what? To me, if those are American dollars, and most of them in the country, Livia, what was it called?
Yeah, Latvia or something like that.
Well, hell, he's living like Jeff Bezos over there, right? I don't even know if that country has property taxes. I don't know if it's a high living in that country. That country could be like, hell, their rent could be $200-300 a month. I mean, mortgage, whatever. And he's charging a day $280. But you know, the only issue with that is you have to find a man that's a man, because you do know we have men with women ways, and we have lazy men. This is why he is getting all the phone calls. Because even if they call the competition, I don't feel like doing that today, or I don't know how to hang a TV, or I don't know how to do plumbing. If he's the only guy that's the jack of all trades that can do these things, get up every day and do them, he ain't gonna have enough time in the day to help all these women. And then you gotta ask yourself genetically, why in the world are women being born so much? You know how many friends I have that either have more daughters than sons, and their first child is usually a daughter. I don't know what's going on genetically to why so many women are being born more than men. But some countries like that is crazy. And do you know there's other countries where men are being outnumbered 25, 30 women to 1? Like, it's just so many women, and 1 man, you know what I'm saying? So I would love for somebody to research that and give me the data on why is it women are being born in multitudes and more than men. Because if you go into a hospital, because in Tennessee, 1.2 million babies are born a year, and you talking about 64% or more of girls. Like, what is going on genetically to why women are about to overpopulate this earth?
I don't know, but I think it's a good thing for the dudes. It's a good thing, man. You know what I'm saying? This I think kind of defeats the whole I'm the prize thing, because, man, you got a limited amount of what y'all say. I'm the prize. Y'all got a limited amount of men. I'm just telling y'all. And to be precise, there's a small percentage of men that's actually impregnating a majority of women.
So these small percentages of men are impregnating the majority of the women that's producing majority women. Think about that. That's crazy. So these alpha, masculine, in shape, six-pack ab men, these just over-the-hill guys that just look like Bobby Lashley.
It's not Bobby Lashley.
Most other women, but producing more women. You would think somebody who looked like Bobby Lashley would produce more men, but they're producing all these women.
You know the sad part about it? When they do produce the men don't want to be men. They want to be women.
And that's what I was just saying. So that's why dude is overconsumed with so much business in this country, because his competition might not be manly man. You know what I'm saying? They might do a little bit here, a little bit there. But this guy, he painting, hanging curtains, doing windows, vacuuming, plumbing, electricity. That's only a handful of people in the world, to be honest with you, that likes to use their hands. Because you couldn't do that in the United States, because we are now a service-based business. We service people. We do monthly subscription. If you find a man or you have a man that's good with their hands, y'all better keep that one. In America, man, you keep that one, because that's far and few in between, my friend. To find a man who's going to hang his hands.
With them not having these trades anymore, you know what I'm saying, and all these programs, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
They be worried about how much they make per year. No, you need to worry about, can he work on the car or can he fix the house?
And I'm with you, Damo. Don't worry about how much he makes. Worry about how much he saves. Because you can make all the money in the world, but if it's going out the door, what difference does it make? So you can have a man that makes a little bit of money, but y'all are saving a lot. Or you have a man that makes a lot of money and you ain't saving at all. So that's the mindset that I'm trying to tell these girls to have. Don't worry about what's coming in. Worry about what's going out. And if you have a man that can work on a car, that can do electricity, that can put up drywall, that can change tires, you know how much money you're saving doing those things? You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, when you got to call these companies, these big corporations, oh yeah, they're going to tax
you. No doubt. No doubt about it, man.
And you see, they only talk about
I think it won't be long before that's a trend over here.
Yeah, they only talk about that.
I think it won't be long, Scott, before that's a thing in America.
Yeah. In this thing, they only talked about that part. You see, they ain't saying nothing about marriage or sex or raising kids. They ain't even talk about that part. They just talk about the part that a man should do in a household.
Well, I guess if he's gonna put up with it, might as well get paid.
So you trying to tell me you paying this man $280 a day to do all these things, and some of them, not all, but some of them ain't trying to get in the bedroom? I mean, shit.
Right.
Some of that 280 is gonna be some releasing in the bedroom for some of these women. Or we're gonna have a whole lot of dykes and bull dykers in this world. We're gonna have a whole lot of dykes and bull dykers in this world.
I wonder why they don't just call them maintenance men. You just paying the man to come over and fix stuff. He's just a maintenance man. He's just paying per hour.
Yeah.
So
you know what all these women, Damo. You know what all these women, Damo.
What it is. You right, Scott?
You know what we should do? We should go to Hollywood Hustler and ask them how many strap-ons and dildos they sell a year. I bet you that is their number one selling item. Because if you have all these sexually hyper women that can't find men, they're either playing with toys or they dating a woman with a strap-on. I'm pretty sure them are the two most sold toys in like adult bookstores and adult companies.
Well, I know this next story. This woman should have got a toy. I know that. This story, this woman should have got a toy. Bet she regret not getting one. Without further ado, I know how this should have
Y'all,
gone
I'm
for
so
her.
upset that I let this happen. Like, how the hell? I'm 30 years old. This man's 67. He told me he couldn't have no kids. And I'm pissed. Like, I don't even know how to feel.
What you mean you don't know?
Y'all, it's summertime. I want to be outside. Like, I literally just started going outside. I'm a homebody. I just started going outside. And it's fun out there. I don't know if I should go to the chop shop or if I should just... I don't even know, y'all.
That's what we doing now?
But I'm
Calling them
pissed.
chop shops?
And for those of y'all that don't know me, I cry about everything. So don't judge me, y'all. But I'm pissed.
What?
There's more than just her, right? We've gotten to a situation to where it's so many women, like the last one, that these girls are in relationships and sleeping with men 30 years older than them. I guess in the day we used to call them sugar daddies. But I guess it ain't nothing wrong to a certain extent, because if you 18 and over and he's 18 and over, it's consensual. But where I come from, 30 years difference, hell no. What the shit do y'all have in common if you 30 years older than her? What can she do for you sexually if you're 30 years, and vice versa, 30 years older? So you been with a man that's 67 years old, probably about ready to retire. He's probably gonna be on a fixed income because she didn't say nothing about money, right? He talking about why. Fool, do you know guys can still pregnant women at 92? It might be a small chance, but as long as sperm comes out of the penis, there is a chance. It gets smaller as we get older. There is a chance. So now you about to cry to be pregnant. What about the child? Because if this man is 67, you're gonna have to take twice the prenatal pill because hell, he ain't got enough nutrition to keep his ass upright. So you damn sure ain't getting the best of sperm. You know what I'm saying? So now, even if you carry it to full term, I'll probably guarantee you this baby's gonna have some type of problems coming out because of how old the damn daddy is. That's why they try to tell women, don't wait till you're 40, 45 to be having children, because to have a healthy baby, you really need two good young people, with good genetics to do it. And so, why was you sleeping with a 60-something-year-old man anyway? This whole thing, Damo, is a mental thing. It ain't about the baby, the sex, the child. It is a mental thing with these young girls who, I don't know if they have a dad in their life or if they've just been abused, whatever it is. No 60-year-old man should be that enticing to a 20-something-year-old girl at all, my opinion.
I don't even know where to begin with this. I think the first thing I'm gonna begin with is this is totally diabolical. I mean, she gonna be wiping her baby and her baby daddy's ass at the same time, because the baby is a baby state and the baby daddy is returning to baby state, right? So she gonna be wiping two asses at the same time. First and foremost. Second of all, I just don't get this part. My women can't help me understand this. If you want to sleep, you sleep with who you sleep with. If you find that 67-year-old balls hanging down to his ankles wrinkled bald dude to be sexy, then that's you. You know what I'm saying? What right do I have to come in and say anything? But you couldn't make them wear a condom. You couldn't make them wear a condom. Man, the whole, man, it's so easy. I was saying this on the show a couple shows ago, maybe even a couple months ago, that a lot of times it's easy to talk these females out of protecting themselves. Easy. Oh, baby, that don't feel good, man. Nah, I'd rather not do it. That don't feel good to me. You comfortable with that? And no, we don't need no condom. You can trust me. I ain't gonna go ahead and drop a load in you. You can trust me. Oh, I can't even have kids. I can't even have kids. The doctor told me I can't have them. You ain't seen not a lick of paperwork or nothing, right? And then come to find out you get pregnant by him, and then out the blue, man, this dude got 4 or 5 kids. So it's like, the fact that she's 30 and got manipulated like that, I got questions for her. It's not on the 67-year-old. The 67-year-old, man, if he pulled a 30-year-old, he doing something right.
And you know what?
I don't know what he's doing. I think I got an idea.
Because, to me, it's been because the 67-year-old man who has 67-year-old friends, men and women, are going to be like,
they probably all died, John Scott.
Yeah, why are you with this young ass woman? That's what his friend says is going to be. What is wrong with you up here to where you can't find a 50 or 60-year-old woman yourself? And maybe he don't find 50 or 60-year-old women attractive. Maybe he like catching them coming straight out the cradle, right? Her 30-year-old friends will be like, what are you seeing in this guy? What conversations are y'all having? Y'all are just having sex. Y'all hang out.
Security. Sky, that's the reason why a lot of these younger women love older men is stability and security. They value security, protection, and stability. And that's why. They don't find a lot of these dudes attractive. No. And it's the same for a lot of these dudes. It was Cher. Cher about 80-something years old. Her boyfriend, a black dude, like 39, 38. Ain't no way. I'll be knocking down on Cher. I don't give a damn what. You know what I'm saying? You better go back to Sonny Bono. I ain't going. At 89? Hell no.
And you know what? Even at 89, she might has the vagina of a 20-year-old. Who knows?
Yeah, but them titties ain't. Them things sagging like a wet diaper.
Absolutely. But in my mind, Cher, outside of sex and maybe spending a little money on this man, what else are you getting out of it? Like, I think that's just my thing. Because there's 24 hours in a day. Unless you're having sex for 24 hours or you shopping 24 hours, what else are y'all going to do and talk about after that? Or if he's just one of those boy toys where you sleep with him and you pay him, but you said boyfriend. So it ain't one of those where she's just sleeping with him and getting paid.
That's all it is. That's just a hobby. That's to make it look good, Sky. That's her boy toy.
Yeah, her boy toy. But, if they're in a serious relationship, what are y'all getting out of it? And then to the lady there, even if this man, first of all, he's 67, because most women, if the man is successful having money, she would have probably started out there. Yeah, this 67, he got a little money, he got a savings, he takes me on trips. She ain't said none of that. She's talking about hardly if I start crying. Then that let me know right then and there that this is one of those average Joes that you've been in the bed with and trying to get pleasure out of him because he told you he can't have kids, which he probably don't have any and thought he couldn't. But you are that 3% that finally came. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy. But the sad part is not. You remember that show used to do Damo called 16 and Pregnant?
Yeah.
Do you know that TV shows only do things to make money? They only do things to have an audience. If it doesn't get sponsors, if it doesn't have an audience, they don't do it. So that means, guess how many 16-year-old girls are pregnant in the United States for them to even conceive about doing a show that says 16 and pregnant? Because they have an audience. Because there's so many thousands and thousands of 16-year-old girls that are pregnant that they are able to do a TV show. and people will watch it, and they will get sponsorships behind it. That's crazy. So for this to come out, it's got to be a hell of a lot more women out here dating and sleeping with 30 years.
Or she been getting money out of him left and right.
Oh my Lord.
She been clapping them cheeks.
And so now, like you said, by the time that child turns 3 or 4, coming out of diapers into pull-ups, he might be going from underwear into pull-ups. So to me, everything is a mind thing. I'm like, and then people get on social media and cry about it after. You weren't thinking about this during sex or before sex?
A lot of them never do, man.
Okay,
a lot of them never do. It's like
you could have gave you an STD. Yeah, who knows?
That's scary. I think, and you know, I know this gonna go up. I don't want to go too far off track, but a lot of females be like, "Why are you punishing me because I had a kid?" You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And man, we all make mistakes, but that's a mistake that is so easy to correct.
Yes.
And it's not like a lot of females, they see other females go through, get impregnated, think by a dude they think gonna be there forever, and then the dude leave. They seen that happen. This ain't nothing new.
Plenty of time. I see women sleep with guys that know they got 3 or 4 baby mamas and get pregnant by them. Okay, you baby mama number 4, number 5, number 6. Child support only probably gonna stop at 3 or 4. The rest of y'all just get out of luck. You know what I'm saying? At the end, the last baby mama number 4 or 5, probably gonna get what's left, $25, $30 a month. Again, a lot of this stuff, man, is just psychological. What are people? Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But like you said, a lot of things that happen with folks, they know they shoot themselves in the foot. If you want to just
it's self-inflicted. And that's why I don't like when people throw around the whole racism thing and, you know, talk about it's the system. A lot of stuff that people go through, by great majority, is self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted, absolutely. You're going to shoot yourself in the foot and then cry about not having a Band-Aid. So,
or expecting somebody else to fix the situation.
Because Damo, in my mind, I'm saying right hand to God. I know people in their circles, if they knew that this was going on in his circle, in her circle. Now, if they kept it a secret, it's out now. But I just know they're asking, what are you doing? Can you not find you a 47-year-old man? Guy, can you not find you a 47-year-old woman? Why are y'all sleeping with each other with such an age gap like that? What are you going to get out of it outside of sex?
I think that's all of it. I think a lot of these I'm going to tell you, Sky, I think a lot of these relationships, it's only based on that, which is why they never turned into marriage.
That's why they never turned into marriage. And so
now people ain't really serious about marriage, because if they were, then there wouldn't be such high cases of divorce.
Yeah.
I think people just hide behind the title for what they really, behind who they really are. Like, if you're a whore, be a whore. You don't want to be acknowledged as a whore, you're a whore. You can't hide behind all the marriages and relationships you want to, male or female. If you're a whore, you're a whore.
And people, now she's a statistic. Now she is a black single mama with a baby daddy. Now she's a statistic. Here we go.
Yep.
And if he can't provide, then guess what? Then she got to go on government assistance. Because, you know, it's like, and then what you going to tell the child when he gets of age? Well, your daddy 88 years old. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? 88.
I don't get it, man. But they just, you know, keep on making the same mistakes. And at the end of the day, the only person, or the person that's going to pay for it the most, is the person whose mistake it is.
That's right.
You're the only one that got to deal with it.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That is so true. And I hope that's a learning lesson to people, man. It's, whew, dang on. Go ahead.
You're right. I'm at a loss for words myself. Speaking of, I'm at a loss for words for this. These three, we gotta watch this. Hold on. Let me come out of here, because I gotta stop this music. I want to make sure y'all can hear this, because I was like, the audacity of this mother. The
Mm-hmm.
audacity, man, they need to
Mm-hmm.
start charging these parents. When these
Mm-hmm.
parents, when y'all kids do something, they need to go after the parent and go after them hard
Like
financially. But
truancy is
without
the
further
only thing I
ado,
know that will go after
pulling
the
up
parents.
this, yeah.
My son only tried to rob you, Wing. If you hadn't fought back, he wouldn't be dead. You will pay for this.
Shut up! The one who should pay is you.
A woman shot and killed 3 masked teenagers who tried to break into her home early in the morning. She says it was self-defense, but the teens' families are now demanding that she face criminal charges. The 3 teenagers approached the home wearing masks, allegedly attempting an armed robbery. Moments later, gunshots rang out from inside the house, striking all 3 suspects. 1 teen died at the scene. The other 2 were rushed to the hospital, where they were later pronounced dead. Family members later confirmed the victims were only 15 and 16 years old. The female homeowner told authorities that at least one of the teens was armed and fired a shot at her first. Fearing for her life, she opened fire in response. Despite this, the families insist her actions were excessive, claiming she had no right to take their sons' lives and demanding she be held accountable. However, investigators later recovered 2 guns in the front yard and found ballistic evidence supporting the woman's statement. Authorities confirmed that at least one of the teens did fire a weapon. Based on the evidence, police concluded this was not a misunderstanding, but a planned attempted armed robbery. Officials also stated that the homeowner acted within the state's stand your ground and self-defense laws, meaning her actions were legally justified. What's your take on this?
I'll give y'all my take. Go ahead, Sky.
Well, you know how people always bring up race and racism. Well, let's bring it up then. You see, these wasn't young white kids. Now, young white kids do stupid stuff, graffiti and all that stuff. These were 3 young teens that were black. First of all, they 15 and 16 at night. Why they not in the house? That's because you ain't been whooping no asses growing up. That's the problem. No daddy's in the house. Nobody's whooping any asses growing up. They thought, because it was just more than 3. When they spent the kill, there was other people out there. But those 3 were the one that was kicking in the door. So there was like 2 more people at the car, maybe a getaway driver and somebody else.
Yeah.
That said, hey, let's go rob somebody, whether they know the woman or she was just randomly selected. Don't know. They lucky it wasn't a police officer because they carry shotguns in their house. You would have had to identify all 3 of them through their teeth if they would have kicked in a home that had a police officer in there. Because they keep shotguns. You wasn't going to catch a bullet. You won't catch a hole this big in your body. That's first off. Secondly, you don't know if there was kids in that house. That lady could have been taking a shower, sleeping, or whatever. What was you going to go rob her for? Did it look like she had millions of dollars or anything? I feel like anybody in self-defense, whether she could have been at her car, is justified. You got on mask, you run up on somebody, whether you got a weapon or not, you deserve what's coming. And then the woman gonna be like, all they were trying to do is rob you. I'd be like, bitch, what if that was you? What if that was you? And you sitting there and 3 big teams kicking your door. You gonna let them just rob you? And then one of them have a gun. You'll be like, well, hold on now. Are y'all gonna kill me? Y'all just come to steal my stuff? Blah, blah, blah. Think about that. Think about what she just said. Oh, they was just there to rob you. What? This is the problem.
The audacity. The audacity, man.
Your mama made it seem like it is okay to rob somebody. Oh, they were just there to rob. If you wouldn't have fought back, who would not have fought back? Even if it wasn't in a house demo, even if you coming out of Walmart, even if you at the car, you at the park, 3 guys in masks come up to you, don't even give them a chance to get close to you. You pull that pistol and you get to shooting because you don't know what these guys are up to. And especially if you can visibly see one of them with a weapon. Who gonna sit there and be like, I wonder what they gonna do? This is just the mind, and now that's why I'm bringing up racism, because again, people say the black culture is trash. She just proved that. The black culture needs to be broken down and redone. She just proved that. And this is what happens whether you don't have an uncle, a granddaddy, or a man in the house beating your ass at a young age, because nobody in their right mind would have been like, yeah, let's go rob a lady. Let's just put a ski man. Yeah, like they going to the movies of skating demo. Yeah, let's just go rob a lady. So those 3 lives are on the parents, and I blame the parents for that.
I will blame the parents if the kids were 7 to 8 years old.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. And I don't care how old your kid is. If they doing something like that and somebody take their soul away, right? It is what it is. You at fault. She didn't do nothing. Y'all did something. Why? I mean, you know, these folks is killing me. So what? The woman supposed to just stand there and look? Yeah, over there and there. I got this gold. I got this diamond tennis bracelet over there. Just lift up that drawer and just watch them walk out. But they, you know, man, them kids got what the hell they deserve.
And it's sad to say, but it's self-inflicted. Who wants to break into anybody's home? You don't know what they have in their house. And you don't know what type of dogs they got in their house.
I feel like this. If your child is violent and they do something, you know, rather cause or try to cause harm to somebody else, and they take them off this planet, then hey, that's on you and them. That's between them, your child, and God.
And I'm with you. They need to start going after the parents, because the only thing that goes after the parents is truancy. Yes, high school and school is a business. Yes, they probably don't teach your kids anything. But one thing they will do, if your child missed way too many days, you're going to get a letter, you're going to get a phone call, and then somebody knocking on your door. And then they might have child services there trying to figure out if the child's still alive or not, kidnapped, why they in school. That is the only department and program I know that holds parents or grandparents or guardians responsible. Truancy. Nobody else does not. If the police, if Trump would say, if your child under 18 commits a heinous crime, every parent is going to jail. Even if your deadbeat dad has never been in the life, we're going to find him and we're going to lock his ass up too. And he been out the child's life for 10 years. You start saying stuff like that, these kids will be more parenting. Because the reason they out like this is, one, single mamas, no daddies, or single daddies, no mama. The community is just like, well, look, just do what you want, sell drugs, kill, rob. And they get to this entitlement that it's okay to commit a crime. Not just a crime, not like they stole a pencil out of Office Depot, Damo. That's one thing. You don't kill nobody for stealing a damn pencil. But when you break into somebody's house and kick in their door, you deserve what's coming. And I'm sorry that they lost their lives. But what else are they supposed to do?
Man, I think the parents need to do some jail time. I think that this is why I am against people that fight against gun rights. Because, man, could you imagine if this woman stayed in a place like California where it would have been illegal to have a firearm and that was going on?
New York.
See, this is what they want. What do you think is going to happen when they defund the police? Who's going to come when you go car? And somebody breaking in your house. And it's teenagers. You know why a lot of these gangs and stuff use teenagers? Because they get teenage sentences. They're not going to get adult sentences. So that's why they try to use these young kids. Right? And a lot of them get away with it unless it's, you know, like world news. Unless it's on the front pages and everybody know about it. Yep. But I'm sorry, man. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. They won the prize, and it is what it is. $2 million. Yeah. You sued a woman for $2 million? Like, what was she supposed to do? You should have let them rob you. That's like saying you should have let them grape you. Could you imagine? You know they breaking in. Maybe they went in there to rob you. Maybe they was in there to grape. So what do you say then? You should have let them do it.
What state was that in, Nemo? What state was that in?
I have no idea.
Because it said it justified the laws. I just can't remember the state that it said.
I know it's a state, but I can't remember which one.
Okay, but in Tennessee and Texas, we're good with guns here. Absolutely. So, but imagine if that woman didn't have a gun, or she was asleep, or you're right, they probably would have robbed her, raped her, and maybe killed that girl. And then if she had children in the house, all that old stuff. Because the way the video is, I don't think she knew these guys. So maybe she was just a random pick.
She was.
I don't know. and she had a ring cam, thank God. Because let's just say they got away. Let's just say they didn't get shot. At least the ring cam could have caught what they needed to go get them. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, most cities got cameras around, so the car that they hopped into was going to get tagged. The tag was going to get flagged. So it's a lot of other stuff that could have happened. But the narrative is, should that woman have had a right to shoot 3 kids? They ain't little kids. These were big boys. She gave them the door with a gun. She said, and what did it say on there? The ballistics showed that he shot. So did he shoot the gun before he kicked it in? He shot first. But it said he shot first. And then she shot back.
Yep, they found all that in the yard. All the evidence was right there. I mean, what more can you need? You know, the video was enough. Even if the bullets and the guns were there, the video was enough.
Here's the story though. How long was those kids, Damo? Because anybody that has a ring camera will see the kid. So she had to see the kids coming, right? Them kicking the door, because who just sits around with a gun in their lap? Who just sits around in their lap? So that means had to see this, and what they're not showing on the kicking that door to give her time to get her gun. Because they like they kicked in the door, and all of a sudden she jumped up, ran, and got the gun. They kicked in that door, fired, and she started firing back. So that means she was prepared for when them kids kicked in that door.
Some people like that. Some people have it right in the vicinity. Some people like that. They found somebody, and just like that a couple weeks ago with that Army veteran, or that veteran. You know, you kicking somebody's door. I'm with you. I'm with you, Glenda. Somebody come through my door and be the last 30. Well, they'll go through my door and they'll come through my door and leave out in heaven's door. You know, you'll see they'll come through my door and all of a sudden they'll be on the cloud with the little gold heart. You know what I'm saying? The little angel and the dude, they're like, Lord, I'm home. Yeah, yeah, you right here with me.
Hey, you said an Army veteran. What happened in that story?
Remember, it was an old man with 3 teens. I think that was in Alabama. They tried to break in his house and he shot through the door and killed them all. And they wanted that old man arrested.
I think I remember us talking about that.
We did a story a month ago or a couple weeks ago about the same similar situation. They never learn, man.
They never learn.
And I think that they don't punish these parents. I am all for punishing the parents.
Especially the under 18. The under 18, I agree.
If you're one of the ones talking about, well, I did the best I could do, then you shouldn't be a parent. Give your kids up for adoption and let somebody, a real disciplinarian, come in. Because a lot of y'all think that discipline just requires butt whooping. But what happens when they get of age and that's no longer working for them?
Mm-hmm.
Being a disciplinarian, meaning that you got to be a teacher, period. You got to form some kind of communication with your kids. Because you can't whoop them. You know, whooping is when they don't have a mind of, they can't comprehend. But once they come into where they can comprehend what you're saying, and their mind registers reason, that's when you got to adjust the way you parent.
Yeah.
And
military school.
And this is, people be like, you know, I heard a lot of females, and it don't matter, man, who I have kids with. Well, this is why.
This
if
is
you're
why.
at work and you working that job or you working 2 jobs to try to keep a roof over that person, that little kid's head, who is raising? Who raising them? Is it the streets? Because if the other parent ain't around and you're not around, then what do you think? That's why, you know, just because you have sex don't mean you got to have unprotected sex. I'm going to keep saying that. Just because you have sex, it doesn't mean it has to be unprotected sex.
Oh, in Georgia. Damn, this happened in 2019?
Yeah, it was Georgia. Yep. Yeah, yep.
Oh, they filed a lawsuit May of this year. Hell, that's what's the statutory thing on that? Ain't no statutory on that? They happened in 2019. How 7 years later?
We did a story. Hey, Faith, I think Faith is talking about the same story. It was Georgia. You're right. Do you remember that, Faith? It was he was an old veteran.
Oh, okay, that was in 2019.
His house.
Okay, I thought she was talking about this. I'm like, damn, but she's talking about something else.
There was another story where that happened.
Good Lord.
And recently, it came back in the headlines because they was trying to file a lawsuit against, not in civil, okay. Oh yeah, not in civil lawsuits, yeah. Saying there's no statutory limit on the civil lawsuit. So they came back and tried to sue this man. And of course, you know, now say if they would have won. Imagine that.
They did what?
Imagine if they would have won that.
Yeah.
Imagine the message you're sending out if you allow them to win a suit like that.
But and you know what? Them kids, if you do stuff like that, them kids need to be tried as adults. Certain crimes, okay, they can be adolescents and juveniles. But stuff kicking in somebody's door with a gun, that is an adult act. They need to be tried as adults.
Yeah, Faith, the story that we talk about right now, a woman actually shot through and killed all three of these kids.
Yeah, this happened, what, a couple of days ago?
Yeah, this happened, about was recent.
Yeah, it happened recently, like, good Lord.
Yeah. And the other one was an older white man. He was a veteran. I remember that story. This one is a young white woman.
And think about it, though. She should sue the families because what do you do after this? You can't just up and sell your house, and then you scared to sleep in that house.
Yeah, because now you're worried about people coming through harassing you.
Or trying to break in the door again. Think about that.
Right, Faith, you're right. Some greedy ones, I think some people don't have no moral compass. They don't have no moral compass. I'm quite sure it's a lawyer somewhere that will take on this case. Unfortunately.
And try to use race and discrimination if there was a white woman whose house they broke into.
That's why I'm sick of that whole argument too. I'm sick of the whole racial argument. Not saying it doesn't exist, but it is not such an element in our lives, in our time, where it should be talked about the way it was 60, 70, 80 years ago. I think
they'll say America, the system is against us. They rigged the banks to not loan us money. They high interest rate on blacks for cars. I mean, they'll spin it some type of way. But the narrative is 3 boys, no matter what the color is, kicked in a door of maybe a single mom in the house who was just minding her business. That's it. No matter the color, no matter the race, creed, that is it. And those boys, if they survived, should have been tried as adults. And since they died, their parents need to have some time. I'm with you. Need to be.
They need to do some jail time, but pay some kind of fine. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
Man. She should sue the lady that killed them, because now how do you sleep at night? And if you have kids, how do the kids sleep at night? I'll guarantee you, if she had kids, they're not over there. They're over somebody else's house. They're over somebody else's house.
That's traumatizing. I'm quite sure that's traumatizing to her. She just killed some kids and she didn't want to do it. She had to do it. You don't mean to tell me she not gonna need some sort of therapy? Hell yeah, she gonna need some sort of therapy. Who gonna pay for that?
Even if she had a dog in the house, the dog gonna need therapy. Everybody in the house gonna need therapy. And I wouldn't go back. I would have to sell that house immediately. I don't care if I sold it for $2. I got to go, because now there's no alarm system. There's no locks that's going to make me sleep good at night. If the wind blow too hard, I'm up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's no.
Well, speaking of legal stuff taking place, Derek Chauvin back in the news again.
Derek Chauvin?
Yeah, Derek Chauvin. This is the guy the former officer that kneeled on the neck of George Floyd in Minnesota and was sentenced to prison. Well, now this dude is trying to get a new case, and so we're gonna play the story. If he get a new trial, that's going to be Huge news. So without further ado, here we go.
Police officer convicted of murder in the death of George Floyd is seeking a new trial. Derek Chauvin has served 5 years of a 22-and-a-half-year prison sentence. Chauvin's attorneys filed documents asking that 3 criminal convictions be vacated and a new trial ordered. That filing accuses prosecutors of misconduct and argues that false testimony from expert witnesses prevented a fair trial. Chauvin was recorded with his knee on Floyd's neck as Floyd was being restrained. Chauvin claims that technique was part of his officer training.
So,
what is he trying to bring back up? What new evidence is he trying to bring up that to release him out of jail to lower his sentence? What is he trying to do?
Basically, he's saying that the people that testified, a lot of them lied. They gave false information. They saying that the case was stacked up against them. Huh?
It was recorded. So what false information? It ain't he say, she say. It was recorded.
Well, what they mean is, I guess what he's trying to say is that the reason why he passed away, they saying that, because it was a whole thing. There is a segment of population that believe that, yes, the knee contributed to it, but drugs had just as much or even more to do with it as the knee and the sternum.
Okay.
Or in the chest.
Okay.
So they're trying to say that he was under the influence of fentanyl or other high powerful drugs, and that people lied about it on the stand and they were dishonest.
Okay.
So that's why he wants to bring that back to trial and have a retrial.
Okay.
So he's calling it the real truth can come out.
Gotcha. So let's just say everything he's true. All those variables are true, but you still have to pay for your part. No cop should ever be. I know some of these guys, especially how big they are, you have to kind of restrain them, but no cop should ever be putting their knee on necks. You can put it on their back, you can put it on their arms, put it on their legs, but necks and all that stuff. No, sir. You contribute to it. You might not have did the whole 100% death, but you contribute to it. And then when the man is saying he can't breathe, you still didn't want to lift your knee? No, sorry.
I think it should go like this, right? Because I totally agree. I think if that's part of their training, right? That totally the department, which is probably why they got sued, because I'm sure it probably was part of their training, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think you should put your knee in their back, sternum, chest, any of that, right? Back of the neck. I think it should go like this. If you resist an arrest, for every minute that you resist arrest, and this is why them cameras, them body cams are important. For every minute that you resist should be another year on your time. Simple as that. I don't care how petty the crime is. If you're making it hard for these officers to do their job, and it took them 10 minutes to arrest you, then guess what? That's 10 years. Now, I know some people may say that's extreme, but it is what it is. I do think that officers do need to be held, to a higher standard. And yeah, they are dealing with some of these folks that's on drugs and high on drugs and whatnot. But if it took me an hour to get you, you know what I'm saying, to where I can arrest you, guess what? That's 60 years on your sentence. I guarantee you, people, they won't resist arrest. They get down on themselves and be like, take me right now. I don't want no more time on my sentence. But I think for whatever time it takes them to arrest you, it takes away from them being somewhere else that they probably need to be that's more important. So I think that they should change that. Add another year. Oh, it took me 15 minutes to arrest you because you wanted to argue? Okay, that's 15 years on your sentence. But I think it should be video documented, and I think it should be up to the judge and maybe the jury. Now, if you murder somebody or if you took somebody's life, then, man, they got to do what they got to do. But if it's something for a fake, man, what they saying it was a fake bill, if that's what it's over, because I'm telling you, it wasn't even worth it. Derek, it wasn't worth it. You doing more time than the money that he was trying to, you know what I'm saying, $20. He was trying to pass a fake $20 bill. You doing more than that in prison time.
Yeah. You should serve him a citation and made him go book for a fake $20 bill. Like, come on, dude. Like, for real. Put a warrant out or something. Throwing the man on the ground.
Ain't no way for that. That is absolutely foolish. On multiple levels, that's foolish.
Right.
Yeah, what it is, though.
And he was the only one who went to jail. Did the other officers get punished? That was standing
in jail too. Yeah.
They all went to jail?
They all went to jail. Hell yeah.
Ooh. Even the ones that wasn't on his neck went to jail. Ooh.
They stood there and they stood there and didn't do anything. Yeah. And plus, let me tell y'all something, because I know we about to end this show. But I want y'all to pay attention to something, right? All these cases where most of this stuff happened, I need y'all to pay attention to the local government. Because Sky always emphasizes this, and Sky is always right. Your local government is the most important part of your life. Man, Minnesota, where this happened, or where was this? Was this Minnesota that this happened in?
I think so. I can't remember.
This was Minnesota. Minnesota is liberal. It is liberal as they come. The judge, the mayor, the governor, all liberals. Freddie Gray. When that happened to Freddie Gray, you know where they took his life in the back of that paddy wagon. Black mayor, black police chief, you know, blackity black on top of black. Pay attention to the places where this stuff happened, where that dude got choked out over some cigarettes because he was selling cigarettes. You remember in Louisiana? It's been liberal for years. Mike Brown. Where Mike Brown was at? Liberal. So pay attention to these local police in California. In California. It's been liberal for I don't know how long. When that Rodney King, they be talking to y'all like they care about y'all. All these places where this stuff happened, where they end up taking these lives and stuff. Don't pay attention to the government. Because, for example, Tennessee is a red state. But Nashville and Memphis are blue cities. So factor that stuff in. Make that make sense. Pay attention to that local government. They telling y'all like they ain't care for the people. Well, if they care for the people, why are they officers doing what they doing, or why are they letting these criminals out and you know, getting away, and they got like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 felonies on their record? Pay attention to these judges, these city councilmen. Pay attention to the police chief. Look at the leadership, so you get a firm understanding of what you're really dealing with. And the people that always tell y'all they for y'all, and I'm not even fond of conservatives. I don't want none of y'all to think that I'm not even fond of conservatives either. But I'm just telling y'all, look who runs your leadership, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. I just wanted to leave with that.
You won't change, Nemo. You either run for those office or you vote.
Yep, there you go. There you go. Either you got it. You hit it right on the head. Either you can run for office or you vote. But if you're talking about, man, I don't care, it's not important to me, then whatever happens, happens. Don't cry about it. You contributed to it because you did nothing when you had a chance to make a difference. So it is what it is.
That is absolutely true. And that's what we're hearing, a bunch of young people that don't care about nothing but money and robbing folks.
Yep.
I don't know what the world's gonna look like when me and you turn 90, because you know these young people or their kids That's gonna be one supposed to make the laws that's gonna take care of me and you when we in our 90s. But look where it's heading.
The man, you know what? Shit rolls downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Life comes back full circle.
Mm-hmm.
The way you raise your kids is the same way they're going to take care of you when you need them. It is what it is, man. Man, I'm glad y'all was here, man. This time was flying today. It was flying today. Man, the crazy part, Sky, is we are what? Literally 16 days away from Christmas. I swear to God. It seemed like, damn, Sky, we almost on 2.5 years of doing this show.
Yep, sure is. Time flies, huh?
Flying.
Yep.
That time is flying, boy.
It sure is,
Gray
man.
follicles, I'm graying up and stuff. I love my gray. Gray follicles coming all the way in.
And my wisdom to people as we go into 2026, there are going to be doors that's going to open up for y'all that you can't take everybody with you. You can't take your family, your friends, your mom, and your kids. Anybody that is an anchor that's holding you down, you have to let them go. Yes, it might hurt. Yes, you might not get to talk to them ever again. Yes, you might not see them. But if you stay where you at, you will never go where you need to be. And there's a lot of people that's going to get mad at what I'm saying, because there's a lot of folks in this world that are truly family oriented. Family first, family over everything. But if your family is holding you down from your blessings, you can love them from a distance. You ain't always got to be there when they fall. You ain't always got to be there when friends fall. Anybody around your life, if you hint that they are full of crap, they don't come through, they don't keep their word, every time you're around them, something is happening. It's time to walk away from that situation, because you just as bad as did if you stay around. And I know there's a lot of y'all in this world that don't like to be alone because you grew up in big families and you don't like to be by yourself and hear silence. Well, if you can't do that, it's going to be hard to make it in this world. 2026 needs to be a change for y'all, especially if y'all been watching these Nashville Caveman videos from January to now. It's basically teaching you about what to do when you get into 2026. Take care of yourself. Hang around people who love you. Find out your local government. Make sure everything is all right. Have kids with responsible people. Save. Have a plan B. All of these things. If you do the same thing in 2026 that you're doing in 2025, why should we care? You're not making a difference.
Man, that was awesome advice. You know what I'm saying? And to put it all in perspective is, man, people, like they're their own worst enemies.
Yes.
Like a lot of things that people go through, to put it all in a nutshell, is self-inflicted. You choose who you allow in and out of your life.
That's right.
We choose. So whatever the results are, man, take responsibility for it and just do better. And that's it. I think I can't add any. I think you said it perfectly. I can't add any more to that than what you already said. So.
Right, because what I've learned, Damo, is when things are going good for people, when people have money, when they're healthy, they think things won't change. When you're healthy and you have money and things are going good, that's when you need to plan for the worst. You know what I'm saying? When you have things, that's when you need to start cutting out folks in your life, cutting out things you don't need, because there will be a time, as long as you're breathing, things are going to hit the fan. You're going to go through rough patches, and if you prepare from those rough patches when you was up, the rough patches are not so rough. What I've encountered is everybody, when things were good, let's just say the PPP loans and the stimulus check was spending, buying this, buying that. Then here we are in 2025, and things are rocky. They're falling off because they never planned or prepared for the worst. And that's what I've been seeing with a lot of people. And now all of a sudden, your head is underwater, which you had a lifeboat when you was okay, but you decided, well, I don't need the lifeboat right now. But now it's underwater and the lifeboat ain't there. Change. You have to change, first of all, within yourself, and you have to change the people around you and change your environment. So that way in 2026, man, things will look different. But we all know the definition of insanity, right, Damo?
Yeah. You hit it. You hit it right on the head, man. Y'all got anything? All right, so you want to go ahead and let the people know anything that you got going on this weekend? Y'all,
Well, this weekend, everybody knows that I just brought another championship back to the Nashville Caveman, right? So this weekend, Reapers, ICW in Arkansas, me and T-Dog, we will be defending our World Tag Team titles against
why you say it like that?
Yeah, because I don't like him. They forced me to tag with him. I don't like him. And so we will, they deserve a rematch, you know, and so we will give them their rematch on that. And so you in Arkansas, Corning, Paragon, all that stuff around there this Saturday, 7:00. Go to the ICW Facebook website page to find out more information. Then don't forget tonight. Well, first of all, shout out, thank you, Damo, for playing B-Tip and J Dynasty's video. Thank you. I know they really appreciate that. But hey, if you have any music, send it to me, sky.black@gmail.com. That is sky.black@gmail.com, so I can get you into rotation. Or if you ain't even an artist and you know artists, it's just me radio play.
So J Dynasty had a feature with somebody else, or they actually had her as a feature. I couldn't get that song for some reason. I don't know what they had on there, but it wouldn't allow me to get that song. So if they can send that to me directly, I'll go ahead and I definitely have it on here next week. Okay. Actually, the weekend, because I played both of these videos during the So Driven Sports podcast also. So, okay,
cool. See the blessing and things like that. And so even if you have friends that need radio play, have them contact me. So tonight,
I'm a fan of J Dynasty. I actually like her music. I think it's fine.
Yeah. I've been playing her music since I was the DJ at 88.3. That's how I know her. And I reach out to all these artists that I used to play their music demo. All of them. I had hundreds of artists, thousands of music. It is kind of, well, we don't do music no more. We don't do this. We don't have no new songs. I said, okay, that's fine. I'm just reaching out. Amen. You know what I'm saying? So, but tonight, new music, J Dynasty, Dr. Carver, B-Tip. If you're not doing nothing tonight, the D-Bling Radio Show from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time. Don't forget Thursday, Elite One Radio, new music, same thing, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And thank y'all for every Tuesday that y'all tune into the Nashville Caveman. We really, really appreciate it. Let me give shouts out to the people who was on Instagram. Shouts out to Jake. Shouts out to Angela. Shouts out to Young Love World. Shouts out to Killer Almighty 5. And then here, shouts out to Faith. Shouts out to Glenda. My vice man, the one who helped me win this belt, Rod Dent. Shouts out to him. And shouts out to Karen. Jeff, thank you for always watching, brother.
And if you guys living in the Nashville area, last week I recently started selling fragrance oils. So I got unisex, male and female, and I got some really good stuff. I got the 1/8 bottles that go for $5 a piece, and I also got the 1/3 bottles that go for $10 each. But you can get 3 for $25, 5 for $40. All right. I got lotions coming in, ladies. I got some really, really good smelling lotions coming in. So if y'all come across me, man, or if you're interested, reach out to me, man. And Christmas is out in the corner. So I know if you're a fan of the show, I may even take $1 or $2 off. Especially if y'all got little ones and y'all trying to get them some smell goods. I'll look out for y'all. Also, I sell other merchandise. If y'all got little girls or if y'all would like a purse or handbag, I got them for $4 or $5. So reach out to me, man. Christmas around the corner. Let me help y'all out. All right? Y'all help me out in return.
Hey, man,
other than that, man, I appreciate y'all being here.
That is what's up, man. You doing it all. You doing magazines, workout videos, sports, cologne, perfume. Golly, man, you make me look bad. I gotta get my game up in 2026.
I was telling one of my coworkers, I was like, we are in a time now where you need to have 2, 3, 4 streams of income.
Amen.
We have to, because it's getting way too expensive to live now. Thank God, shout out to Trump too, because the gas prices have gone down. Thank God. I've noticed that. They ain't all the way down. I would like to see it go under $2 across the nation, but the cheapest I've seen it at one point was $2.29 a gallon, which I was like, wow.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. But if you driving these humongous cars like Suburbans and all that other stuff, hell, you always gonna have $80 a week. Yeah. And then if you live in places like California, New York, everybody else's gas will be 92 cents. Y'all will still be $6. Y'all economy is just crazy up in New York and California. I don't know what's going on.
Somebody asked you for a ride with them prices.
So yeah, but we just want to thank everybody. And how am I forgetting this? Everybody knows that Friday, December 12th, is my birthday. So the number one Sagittarius standing on 10 toes. So we got to celebrate down in Arkansas. So y'all down there, wish me happy birthday.
This Friday?
Yeah, this Friday, December 12th. Yes.
All right, man.
December 12th. So yes, we're gonna have to try to celebrate down there. And hey, thank God for letting me see another year.
Man, happy birthday, man, and many more to you. And I always keep a prayer over you and your family. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm glad you're seeing another one too, man. And live it up. Be safe, but live it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do what I can, the best that I can. I ain't trying to. Look, I ain't gonna be 8 or 9 o'clock. Look, I ain't gonna be like the raccoon. You're gonna find me in somebody's bathroom passed out. So you know what I'm saying.
I can laugh about it now. It wasn't funny back then. See.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
God bless you, man, and thank y'all for being with us. We out. Till next week, y'all. Peace and love.